so humid.
Hello! It is very humid today. We have a fan going on.
Yeah.
And there's one pearl missing.
Yeah.
But it's all good because we're here, we're queer, and we're ready to talk about knitting.
That's
Hello.
right.
Welcome to Purl Perspectives. I'm Anahí.
I'm Carine.
And this is Bilbo, who is standing in for Ali.
He's doing his best.
He's doing the best that he can, but it is, I will say, allergy season. So he's, just very itchy in the paws area. So he's going to be like the whole time.
Which, is probably not great for the skin, but he doesn't need to know that.
I understand.
I get it. It's like when you have an itch and the more you scratch it, the more irritated your skin's gonna be. And you're like, but it feels so good in the moment.
Yeah. But then you're red and raw for the rest of the day.
And then you put on moisturizer and it stings.
Oh my god, yes.
But then it feels good after, so.
You can never win.
Yeah,
you can never win with allergies, especially skin allergies.
And 100%. Anything that's skin allergy is nightmarish.
Yeah. So, Ali is on, not vacation. She's not on vacation, but she is out of office.
She is out of office.
She is out of office. I just wanted to check before we get too far that we are actually live. And
yes, I see it.
Yeah?
I see us.
And we have sound. Yes, we have sound. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Ali's not here. She's on a bachelorette
weekend
for her sister.
Yeah. Which we are hoping is, that the event's going well.
Yeah.
That they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. That they didn't get rain because they were supposed to be outside for a bunch of it, and we got a lot of rain.
Yesterday, especially, did you see that thunderstorm yesterday? It lasted 10 minutes?
It was raining horizontally.
It was. I was watching. So we had a flicker of the lights
Thunder.
go off.
Oh, lightning. Okay.
The lights go off and then the lights come back on.
Yeah.
But I was watching. I forgot what. And then Vox Machina. And then
great.
I'm great show by the way. And then as I'm knitting, and then all of a sudden I hear this thunder, and my cats who are usually not. They don't really care about thunder, are like, what is this? And then I just turn around and all I see is literally waves of water on the road, because it's so windy that it's not just rain going down, it's going
rain
this
going
way.
That way.
And then we'd see construction pylons just whee into the wind. I'm like, well, this is gonna be fun for whoever has to catch them.
For real. Ah, sir. Okay. Goodbye.
He's you might want to sit on the.
He's gonna sit on the keyboard.
Yeah, of course he is.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, no, I was at my friend Julie's house and we were sitting she has a big window on the second floor, and all of a sudden, it
lights up.
It lights up with the lightning, the thunder.
Yeah.
And then.
So that was close.
Yeah.
Usually it's you'll hear. I forgot who said this, but it was what is it if you hear it once for every second you hear the thunder, it's a kilometer away or something.
Yeah.
That scares me so much.
Because I don't like to count.
No, I'm terrified of the thunder to begin with. I don't want to know
the reality.
I don't need to know anything.
Yeah, no, but I actually really like thunderstorms.
If I'm inside, I'm starting to be comfortable, but I am deeply uncomfortable with thunderstorms, probably because of something that happened when I was a bit younger, not that younger, and then also because when I used to do Dragon Boat, if there was a thunderstorm, sometimes it was we have.
Sorry, every time you say Dragon Boat, I hear Dragon Ball.
No. So Dragon Boat
when
is
I used to do Dragon Ball, I'm yeah, me too, girl.
So I used to watch it, but Dragon Boat, I did it for 10 years, and when you're at Mooney's Bay, which is a pretty big reservoir, and you're in the middle of it, and then all of a sudden the rain starts, that's fine, you're okay, you can keep going practicing, but the second there's thunder, it's get out of the water. But it takes us a good 5 minutes to go from really far down that freaking like lake thing you want to call it, and then all the way back to where the pier is. So like the entire time, everybody's like we just hope we don't get killed.
Because if you're in the water,
if you're in the water, it's game over, man.
You're gonna get fried and refried.
So nothing ever happened, but it's always that fear because it has happened more than once where we were stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit to get back. We're not anywhere close to the pier.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like the coaches and the event planners always tried to, like, if there was a thunderstorm warning, they would say like no practice tonight. But sometimes you just can't
predict the weather.
You can't predict it. Like it's just like it's supposed to be raining, but no thunderstorm, and all of a sudden thunderstorm's like, I got you. So like. So yeah,
oh, are you guys having a party? Can I come in?
Yeah, so now it's like every time, like I can't be outside if there's thunder. I cannot. I will have a meltdown. Like
I definitely wouldn't want to be outside.
I'm gonna have a panic attack. So yesterday, I'm very proud to say that I was able to open my balcony door for 2 seconds to like peek it outside because I do enjoy the sound of rain.
Yeah, me too.
I saw a flash and I panicked and I closed.
I actually like. I play rain sounds at night.
Oh, I love rain.
To relax.
Rain sounds and creek sounds.
Creek sound.
You know,
like babbling.
Where you just like a babbling creek. Or even like a waterfall, like anything that's water related.
Yeah, just like running water.
So I don't know if it still exists. I'm kind of curious, but there's back when we were, back in the day when we had CDs.
Back in my day. There were like meditation CDs.
Yeah. And one of them was like, it was called H2O. I still have it somewhere in like at work, I think, but I can't use it anymore. And it's literally just each track is a different water sound. So you have
oh my god,
rain, a rain on tin roof, which is marvelous.
Mm-hmm.
Creek, waves, ocean, like deep water, like just diving so you can hear the like bubbles in the water. Like
cool.
It's just like chef's kiss, right? And I'm pretty sure if I went on Spotify I could find like an equivalent of this, but
do you still have a way to play CDs? I don't.
No. None of my because I used to have like on my laptop there used to be like a CD, but nobody uses that anymore. So they yeah. Which fair, but I still have all the CDs in case one day,
just in case. I'm sure you'll find a CD player somewhere.
Oh, probably
someone might be like selling a Walkman or something like that.
Oh God, Walkman. For me, if you say that, I'm thinking cassette. I'm not thinking CD.
Really?
Walkman, I'm thinking cassette, like the little cassette that you had to put your freaking one of these guys in, like a pencil to like rewind,
exactly.
or when it oh God,
I had one of those. Well, actually, my brother had one of those, and I would steal it.
I just remember recording the radio.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was like, whenever you had like a hit, a song or whatever, like let's say back then, like I don't know, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys for me anyway. And then you would time it, you'd know that like between that hour and that hour, they're probably going to play it. So you'd be listening to the radio, and then the second it starts, you press record on your cassette, and then you have like a whole, like, and then sometimes you'd record over something else and you get mad at yourself.
Yeah.
But then you'd come up with these like really cool mixes from like the 90s, like 80s, 90s that were like
I had so many of those.
Like,
and it was really funny too because like more than once, I would say half the time, the radio show host would speak over it.
I know.
And he'd be like, no!
Especially like at the end where you have like the crescendo of the song where you're like, this is what I want to hear, and then you have this idiot just going, and we're back. I'm like, fuck you.
Like, that was Aerosmith. We're like, no, I know it's Aerosmith.
I don't need you to tell me this shit. And they always did that at the beginning and at the end. So like you never got the full experience unless you bought the cassette. Yeah. Or afterwards it was like a CD.
Yeah. And then you'd have to like either record over it again or just live with listening to the radio show host every time you heard the song.
I know this is going to sound weird, but because we have Spotify lists where we can put whatever mix we want, right? So the mixed mix is still very much alive.
Yeah.
But there was something so amazing about having or receiving a mixed tape.
Because someone
or
spent so
CD.
much time recording it.
Because it takes a lot of time to,
Yeah.
especially in a cassette. Like a CD, it still takes time.
Yeah.
But a cassette, it's like, Jesus, that's hours.
You had to sit
of
there,
like listening to the radio and like trying
hit record, hit pause,
Or sometimes somebody else would bought the cassette so that you had your boombox here, and then one of them would record the other one playing. It was a lot of work. So if you received a mixed cassette of like summer hits or whatever, that person loved you.
Yeah.
That is love. That's not friendship.
You know what I'm thinking now that we're talking about recording cassette, like boombox, like radio to cassette and stuff?
Yeah.
That's not something that we are like societally allowed to do anymore.
No.
Right? Like our media stuff. Can you guys hear that?
Somebody's having, it's like a heartbeat almost.
My
It's
little
feet.
neighbor is like
He's clearly having a
raise with himself or something.
But it's just, it sounds like a little heartbeat.
It does
like
oh yeah, so like every boombox came with like the record button, right?
Yeah.
And it was easy because you had the tape, like the cassette tape, and it was, even if it already had something on it, you could record over it.
Yep.
Now our media is not physical, so like it's kind of frowned upon to record stuff and share it with your friends.
Which, to be fair, to a certain degree, especially if it's like private stuff, I can understand. But at the same time, it has taken away some of that like the freedom to enjoy something regardless of your income, regardless of, like whether or not you can afford, like, and I get it. We need to pay the artists, but at the same time, it's like,
but it was just like something fun that you would do to share your music tastes with your friends.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I made you this mixtape because you're my best friend, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining.
No, I think it's a stroller. Somebody walked by with it. It does sound a little bit like.
I got excited. No, I mean, I missed that time, actually. I quite enjoyed making mixtapes. And then making, like, burnt CDs afterwards. Because, like, if you had a CD burner, like, your computer had a CD burner, you could, like, now download stuff.
LimeWire.
Yeah, and, like, Napster. The MP3s, right?
Yep.
So crazy.
It was a time, guys. It was
a time that we had. Absolutely.
It was
such a time. So, should we talk about what we're making?
Yeah, let's do that. Our little dorks.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Well, my drink is not. I forgot my drink, so water.
What was your original drink going to be?
Probably water, but actually, I was gonna go for. No, that's not true. I was gonna go for which I've done before, but like the strawberry mate.
Strawberry mate?
Yeah, like I have this little thing that you can infuse in water, and then you can drink it cold or hot.
Oh, yummy.
It's delicious. I love it. This is actually from somebody who was selling it at the Parkdale Market last year, I think last summer. And I still have some of it, and I enjoy it. I prefer it cold over hot.
Okay. I've had mate hot, and I didn't love it.
I prefer when it's
thought
cold.
It was like very strong.
Yeah, I don't like when it's hot, because again, I love bitter, but this is like a different type. It's not exactly bitter, it's just very strong. But when it's cold, it tends to feel a bit lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can add like honey or whatever. In their case, they added strawberries, which kind of like sweetens the deal.
Yeah, okay.
So
like
and they're like freeze-dried strawberries, so they're like really nice.
Super sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds
nice. That's what I'm drinking. My outfit is an original from me. No, that's not true. I mean, I did make it.
Yeah.
But oh my god, who's the name of that designer?
It's SewLiberated.
Yeah, SewLiberated. So I forgot which one it is, but
sew like SEW, like sew.
Yeah,
liberated.
it's so good. I enjoy their the brand, but I enjoy a lot of their projects. Like this one has pockets. I did make it a little longer than the pattern requested, and technically the pattern is for short sleeves, and I love me a 3/4 sleeve.
It's such a nice length. I love it.
So that's what I went for. I actually did a practice dress before I did this one. So I have the exact same dress
in a different fabric.
In a different fabric. That I don't wear as much because it was a practice dress.
Yeah.
This is the finished this is the one that I'm really proud of. Okay. The other one is nice because but I made more mistakes in the other one. So like,
yeah, of course, because it was your first time. It was a prototype.
But it's also a different fabric completely, so it was like a different experience. The other one is more like I don't know what it's called. Like, it's not nylon, but it's like it's shiny.
Oh. No, it probably does have some sort of nylon in there, like polyester, maybe?
Oh, maybe. That might be it, actually. It's very heavy.
Like a stretchy polyester?
It's stretchy-ish, but it's, more importantly, it's heavy as hell.
Really?
Like, this is light,
so,
light.
It drags
down.
Yeah,
it drags down. Like, this one doesn't do that at all. This is
it's like very light. Like, it is a thick fabric,
I think this was supposed to be for, like,
T-shirts
or like PJs or something or whatever.
Yeah, it feels like
I just really like the.
It's so nice, and I love the print as well.
Yeah, the print is what I really enjoy.
It looks like almost quilted, but like it's obviously not.
It's not. I just and I was so proud of the fact that like these, I managed to do like I
extra
think it was
long.
Yeah, not only are they extra long, but I actually like got the same print on both sides, relatively. Not exactly the same, but like
similar.
Close enough.
Like you've got the little dots here.
Yeah. They're. It's literally like the same, almost like it's
a repeat pattern matching.
I know.
That's so fancy.
So it's probably the first piece of clothing. No, the second after my skirt that I'm like super excited of like to wear.
To wear again your purple skirt.
Yeah, the purple skirt. I almost wore it today, and then I saw that it was raining, and I was like,
maybe not.
But yeah, so that's what I'm.
That is lovely.
So that's my.
And you made it to your measurement, so it fits perfectly.
Yes. Although the other day I brought it to work.
Yeah.
And when I was like changing, it ripped a little bit here.
Oh no!
No, wait, on this side. So I had a little hole here. I'm like, that's. And then one of my coworkers, like, she's like, oh, I got you, because we didn't have any. Nobody could find safety pins anywhere, which now I should have some.
You should have some. Yeah.
She grabs a tack, like a tacker. What do you call it? Like
a stapler?
Stapler. She grabs a stapler, flips the dress. She's like, it'll hold. She was right. It did hold it the whole day.
Did it hurt?
No.
No, like you didn't feel it like
No,
chafing?
I didn't feel it at all. But I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, look at you MacGyvering this, because I never would have thought of that. And then I got home and then I fixed it right away. But it was
a stapler is such a good idea.
It was perfect. It worked perfectly.
Do you want to know what? Maybe even instead of a safety pin, just get a mini stapler.
Yeah, exactly. Who needs a safety pin?
And then you have like infinite.
And then I just had to be careful to remove the staplers. That's the thing, though, because it can damage the.
Yeah, they definitely should be going in the wash. That's.
No, I removed it right away, and then I went back and I stitched the hole closed, and then that was it, right? But so yeah, that's what I'm okay. What am I reading? Oh god, so many things. Well, no, that's not true. I just finished reading Nocticadia, which is a dark academia. Nocticadia.
Okay.
So it's probably the first time I read a dark romance that is much more heavily on the horror and gothic than it is on everything else. Okay. And I live for it. It was because I'm a horror, like I love horror. So to me, like, give me the good horror, psychological horror, gothic, like Victorian time, obsessed with death horror, and I'm all over it. Nice. So, and this is exactly what this book is. It's in today's setting, but it has that like Victorian,
like historical
element of like we're obsessed with death. So essentially, without giving too much away, because it is worth reading if you like that kind of combination. Yeah. The female protagonist gets invited to this school who's supposed to be like for the elites, and it's like a school for it's like a university for like science and essentially her area of expertise, I want to say, is diseases, specifically parasites. Ooh. So like the parasite, there's a particular worm called the, oh god, I'm gonna get it wrong, Noctisoma, that essentially is like, if you don't know this, there is in real life, there's a mushroom, a fungi that infects ants and then gets them to go up a tree and then like commit suicide, right?
Yeah, I know.
So it's like they take control of the mind. So the worm does the same thing to a human. So, and now the whole book is about discovering why does this happen? Who is it? Like, who is more susceptible? What can we do to prevent it? Whatever. And of course, romance is involved in this book. So she falls for one of her professors who is young-ish, like ish, in the sense that like there's still a pretty substantial, I think it's like at least
like age gap,
12 years, I think, of difference.
Ooh,
so there's still a substantial age gap, but he is young in the sense that he's just early 30s versus,
right?
You know, like he's not like his 50s or 60s,
right?
And there's a lot of twists and turns. It is gory-ish in the sense that like it's very graphic when it comes to like how they describe what happens to a person if the worm comes in. Like, so you have to be aware of those descriptions. I love it. Like I live for that
the
stuff.
Alien, and it's all about like parasites.
So
right?
it's so well written. I can't stress enough. This is the same author, Keri. I want to say Keri Lake. I'm gonna
Keri Lake.
I'm gonna just take it out so I don't. Because I don't want to be that person that just doesn't say it correctly. It is.
Don't be that person.
Keri Lake, I was correct. So, Nocticadia, and she's also the author of this other book that people are losing their shit over. Lake writer. She wrote... Okay, go away. And I'm assuming it's the same genre. The Anathema. Which this one is like dark fantasy.
Ooh.
So apparently it's also very, I haven't read it. I've heard like the reviews are really good. It's definitely on my
TBR,
TBR. It's just like too many things are happening. So that's the one I just finished. This is actually the one that we're reading for our book club.
Nice.
So I'm excited to tell everybody how amazing it is. I mean, like, if you don't like it, get out. No, I'm kidding.
If you don't like it, you're no longer invited.
It was, yeah, I very enjoyed it. It is a standalone, but I think the author did this because enough people bothered her about it. But there are two other characters in the story who kind of, it's kind of like up in the air what happens to them. So she wrote.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. I need to know.
So yeah, so she made a very tiny little snippet novella with those two.
Okay.
So it's not a whole book. It's not even a novella, and it doesn't resolve anything in any shape or form. It just gives you
more information.
It's just, yeah, it kind of gives you a little hint of like what could be, and I kind of like it. I know some people didn't because they're like, well, what the fuck? I want to know more. I like it because it gives you the opportunity to think whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you don't want these two to end together, that is possible. If you want them to end together, That's also possible.
Too.
Like the way she framed that little addition to the book is very much like
leaves it up to you.
Leaves it up to you to figure out what you want, but gives you enough to know that if you go down path A, so like this is gonna happen. If you go down path B, this is what's gonna happen. So it's I enjoy it. I very much like.
I do actually like that. And
like the writing is very good. Romance books are either, in my opinion, only character driven.
Okay.
Or badly, which to me it can kind of sometimes coincide with badly written.
Yeah.
But in this case, this is a beautiful melting pot of character development, flawed characters, which I love. Beautifully beautiful storytelling, beautiful images. I know it's creepy to say that one. It's like, you know, insects and shit, but it's so well written and so like the images are so vivid. Which, you know, don't read this if you're queasy, but like it's well done. It is, if you love the genre between like a nice little mixture between horror, gothic, haunting style feels. Like the there's no actual haunting, but at the same time, like their motto is the dead teach the living. So see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's autopsies, and then you get to the romance part. The romance part is very well written. Except for not except, but, you know, again, you have to be okay with the age gap and the power difference. But the two of them, this book is 600 pages. And the guy, the two of them.
That's a chunker of a book, 600
The
pages.
two of them do not get together, actually do not do anything together for at least half the book.
Oh, interesting.
So it is
a lot of lore.
And the thing is, it's not even the lore, it's they know it's wrong. Both of them understand that what they're if I look at you too long and I'm feeling something, that is not correct. You're my student.
Incorrect. Yeah.
And she feels the same way. So like it's a very, very slow burn, but very realistically done. Yeah. What I mean by that is in a lot of romance books.
Like they know they're making a mistake and they choose to do it anyway.
Because like in romance books,
that's
a lot of it is like, oh, I shouldn't. And then 3 pages later, they're, going for it. I'm like, no, you just said I shouldn't. Yeah. So this one, it's very, very well.
There's like internal
planned out. And right? So like it takes a long time for them to actually say like, and you can tell it's like, they just snap. But it's one of those things where it's like you're just so happy when it happens, but also you get how forbidden it is and you get how. So it tastes sweeter when it happens because it's like not,
forbidden fruit.
Yeah,
right?
but because the buildup is
good.
So well done.
Yeah,
like I feel like in a lot of romances, the buildup is what fails me, especially enemies to lovers. Right? Yeah. Especially enemies to lovers, where they're not really enemies to lovers. They just happen to like, I don't like you, and then like 5 pages later, they're like.
Do you know what I have found is that a lot of the times, when a book is described as enemies to lovers, I found it's just a miscommunication trope.
Yes.
It's like, I thought you hated me. Well, I thought you hated me.
Yeah, and
no, that's just how I act when I like people. Well, that's just how I act when I like people.
It's true. You're right, 100%. So, like in this case, I wouldn't call them enemies because they're not. That's not what this is. But again, the build up to that moment where they're like, "Fuck it," like, and then judgment goes out the window is just.
It felt realistic.
It felt realistic. It felt like I would see myself have that same judgment faux pas if my teacher was that hot and said those things. I would also feel like, because he is
hot for teacher.
Like the way she describes him, I would let him do anything. Like he is delicious. But
Professor Zaddy.
But he's pretty much. But he's also very professional. Like, so he's not like, he doesn't fall for her, like, it doesn't fall overnight. It's not like, which again, like, if you love a slow burn where the buildup is absolutely worth every second of frustration because you're like, why don't you fucking kiss? Yeah. Like, do it. And then get to that moment when they actually do and you're like, oh, okay. It was worth every penny. It was worth every penny. Like every page. Like it's that's what I mean. So it was I enjoyed it. The romance, for all I'm saying right now, the romance kind of takes a backseat.
Okay.
To the rest of the story, and I'm okay with that. I feel like it's very well balanced. I think it's very appropriate for this story. I wouldn't have wanted it to be too in your face. Yeah. I feel like that is a peak achievement of like the like balance between the horror or storytelling, I should say, not necessarily horror, just storytelling and romance and character development. Yeah. So yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, like go for it.
What is it called?
Nocticadia.
Nocticadia.
Which is essentially the name of the midnight club.
Right.
That they're
Cadia, like a academy, right?
Yeah. Nocti for like nocturne night. Cadia. Cadia.
Okay. Nice.
And then what I'm knitting, well, I'm at the second sleeve.
Woo!
Of my Doppio sweater.
Someone's on Sleeve Island. Actually, that's not Sleeve Island. You're almost done.
Pretty much. And then after that, I only have to do
it's so good!
The top. I have so much yarn left. I don't know why. I could probably do another one. So, I'm not going to do that. Nice. But
oh, you could do a vest.
A vest?
Yeah. So, you could do like a sleeveless.
It's like the same as this, but...
Well, maybe not the same as this, but like, this is kind of like the winter version. And if you want something to just like keep you warm in the spring and fall, like a little vest would be nice.
Maybe. Because I do have, like, so I think the reason why this didn't take as much yarn as I thought it was is because it's like,
you're holding
at this point, it's chunky, right? Which, I bought, everything else I bought was for the purpose of doing a sweater in DK. And so whatever's left, especially from Malin Maison, but I still have 2 skeins of this guy, 3 skeins of this guy, and 4 skeins of this guy.
Oh my god.
So like 1 of these,
pink,
2 of these plus this one, 3 of these plus this one.
And how many balls have you used here?
Probably 2.
2 of each?
Yeah.
Oh, you could definitely make another one.
I could make another one. I'm not gonna do that because like it's very hard for me
two of
to.
the same.
Yeah, but I definitely want to do something else with at least with the Malin Maison, like the oatmeal one. I want to do something that's just DK. I don't know. We'll think about it. We shall see.
How did you like the chunky weight? Wait, you don't usually knit that chunky.
No, but I really enjoy it because it goes fast. And
Truth. Yeah.
My busy ass has not had a lot of time to knit lately.
Girl, me too.
Which is a little frustrating because like I'll look at the pattern and then look at my bag, my project bag that's like right under the table there, and then I get angry at myself because I'm not.
Because you're like, I want to do it.
I want to do it, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
So the one advantage is now Matt has so I got him for his birthday a PS5.
Oh yeah.
And he's been playing this game called Marathon.
Okay.
Which is kind of really cool. You pair up with 2 other players online, and then the 3 of you go on a mission. And the way I'm gonna butcher this, so whoever plays this game, I am sorry. But essentially, you go on missions, and it's a survival game. So if you die in the game, like during the mission, you lose everything you've gathered, your loot, your armor, whatever. So when you restart the next mission, you start from scratch again.
Yeah.
And Matt, my partner, has been like, this is so terrifying because like every time he hears a sound, he's like, oh my god, am I gonna die?
Yeah. So, is there like monsters or like what kills you?
So far, I've only seen droids. Trying to kill you. So I haven't. I'm sure there's other stuff.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, it's very sci-fi. Like I'm not sure what the lore is to the game. I haven't my partner hasn't told me everything. But essentially, I just sit in the background while he plays the game, and I'm watching him and I'm knitting because I enjoy. I know this is gonna sound weird.
That is my favorite activity.
But I love to watch somebody play a game.
Me too.
Like he also plays Fortnite whenever he feels like it, just for shits and giggles. And I say, like, are you gonna kill some children? Because like Fortnite, there's a lot of kids that play this game, and then he's just like. Yeah, maybe. That sounds gory, but sure. And then he goes and he has fun, and I'm like, and I'm watching. Funny. I'm like, yeah.
I love watching other people play video games.
Yeah, same. And Matt doesn't mind, like, he has no problem watching me play whenever I get into a Zelda mode. That's what I call it.
Zelda mode.
So right now I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom, which I've been playing for like a year. So
I'm slow. Tears of the Kingdom, and I actually
slow.
never finished it, and now I can't play it anymore because I got rid of the Switch.
Oh, you got rid of the Switch?
I did. I sold it because I want to buy that new one.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So you can't play when you get the second one. Could you upload it doesn't play on the second one?
No, it doesn't.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Although. I would have to double check that. My understanding is that Switch 2 games
are for Switch 2.
Only for Switch 2, and that the Switch 1 games don't work.
Oh, well, I'm going to keep my Switch, because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are, like, the best games I've ever played in my life.
Honestly, they're so good. And there's so much to do. Like, Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't even want to do the main quests. I just wanted to go around picking up my recipe ingredients so I can make every recipe.
I would spend days in the woods.
Yeah.
Just foraging mushrooms and hunting boar.
Do you know what? Like, took me so long is I couldn't for the life of me identify what the grass is that you need to cut to give yourself rice.
Yes.
Where is the damn rice?
Whenever I got it, I bought it from
where
somewhere.
Where did this come from?
Or I would just like randomly like have make a mistake with my sword, and then I would cut grass. And I'm like, oh shit, there's rice here. Like,
and then what did it look like? No idea.
No idea. I don't remember.
Attention.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard to get the damn rice. But then there's so many like porridge recipes that you need rice to make. Oh
yeah.
Anyway, great games.
I love it. And
how are you liking the making machines?
That part, funny enough, I'm okay with it, but I don't like.
I wasn't super creative.
That's the thing. I'm not, and I've seen some of the stuff people did online, which I find is amazing. Once you get the
wheels, you can make like
anything.
Yeah, like
there's literally like literally machines that'll slap the crap out of an enemy for you because you put it on a wheel and then you just let it turn, and it gets close to the enemy, and then it starts doing and then the enemy just dies. And I'm like, who thought of this? That's brilliant. And I don't have that creativity. I do not have the ingenuity to do that, and I respect the fact that I do that. So to me, Breath of the Wild was more my pace because it's slower. Does that make sense?
Like, well, this one is slow as long as you take it slow.
Well, yeah, but I think what I mean is, like, I don't know. I feel like the storytelling, I preferred Breath of the Wild over Tears of the Kingdom. However,
I think because I played Tears of the Kingdom first, I prefer Tears of the Kingdom.
So, however, I will say the ability to go up ceilings and whatnot in Tears of the Kingdom is magical. Yeah. And this is a glitch. Apparently, it was not supposed to happen.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently, during development of the game, that's what I've heard, that this was a glitch, and then they're like, let's leave it. Like,
I loved it.
I think it was brilliant. I love that particular little thing. So, yeah. So that's
fantastic. And now the new Zelda is coming out.
I know.
For the Switch too.
Well, I saw the videos. I was telling her earlier, I saw the preview for Ocarina of Time. I never played that game because I got into Zelda with Link to the Past.
Oh, we have it. We have the NES one.
So I was introduced to Zelda with Link to the Past, and I must have played Link to the Past because it was the only game I had access to for the longest time.
Yeah.
I must have played it at least 10 times.
Whoa.
So when people started talking about other games, I felt like I was cheating on Link to the Past. Until Breath of the Wild came along, and then I was like,
it's still my boy Link.
No, but you know that meme of, like, the guy who sees a girl and then he's with this other girl who's looking at him like, what's your problem? Like,
yeah,
that was me. I was that guy looking at Breath of the Wild.
And the guy's like, ooh.
While Link in the Past is looking at me like, I'm sorry, what you doing there? That was me. So, but it took Breath of the Wild for me to, like, stray from Link to the Past.
And I'm glad that it did because it's such a good game.
So now that I've seen the Ocarina, because I've seen so many people say that Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess are their favorite Zelda game. So I want to know. I need to know. And
Ocarina
of course,
of Time is kind of like, it was exactly when I was a child and I was watching my brother play it.
Apparently there's a lot of weird stuff in that game.
Yeah,
like fucked up shit.
Great.
So I'm like,
amazing.
The horror person in me is like, yes, because I've seen some of the enemies, and I'm like, I mean, they're not even defined yet. That remake's gonna fuck with your head.
Yeah,
because some of those things look disturbing.
Oh yeah,
but in a good way. So I
really like kind of like the monster design.
Yes.
In the Zelda games.
Yes.
So if you didn't play Ocarina of Time back when it was in 64, in like Nintendo 64, they're now remaking it for the Nintendo Switch. So my understanding is it's the same storyline.
It sounds like it's literally the same game, just
like better graphics, I would say.
Better graphics. They may have changed a few things.
Everything.
Yeah, it sounds like the way the preview looked, it looks identical, just better graphics. But of course, because of this, if you haven't seen the trailer, it starts with the two notes that the ocarina makes for you to essentially solve a lot of the puzzles. So like da 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 da, like so. And because it starts with this, I've had this stupid flute sound in my head for the last week and a half.
Excuse you, that's an ocarina sound.
I know, but like, well, I mean, it's a flute. To me, it sounds like it. I know it's not, but like, it sounds like it. And it's, I've had it in my head and I can't stop like hearing it. And it's gorgeous. I love it. Like, if you've never heard the orchestra version of that song, for the love of God, do it.
So good.
It's glorious. But it's just, now it's not going away. So I feel like it's calling me. And I've seen all of these memes on Insta or Reels where it's like people who are like, there's this one that the guy's in the forest in the middle of nowhere and he's under, you don't see him. The camera's there and he's under the camera. And then you hear ocarina and it's like waking up a sleeping agent. And then the guy pops up because he hears the song and he goes like, and then he starts walking, and I was like, "Yes, that is exactly."
That is so real.
It's just anybody who's played the game, for them, it must be such a such an experience.
Like a button that turns on.
I mean, to me, like Link to the Past, if they ever made an actual honest to God remake of that, I would probably feel the same. Yeah. And even Ocarina, I've never played it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm very excited to play it. But of course, I've spent a lot of money on my partner's gift, so that's not in the future. But eventually, I will get a Switch too.
Yeah, me too. And I'm saving up for it. I'm hoping to be able to get it in a couple months. But man, it's so expensive to get video games now.
It's. I mean, everything's expensive these days.
Yeah,
Having a hobby is expensive of any kind, and then of course with us and ADHD, we have multiple hobbies.
Man, I have way too many. Like I don't regret any of them, but I know I have too many.
Yeah. Same.
And unfortunately, there are very few, if any at all, hobbies that you can do for free.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
unless your
think
hobby
of
is
a
like walking in the
single
woods
one.
by yourself.
But still, you have to spend money to get to the woods.
Yeah, fair. Well, unless you go to Gatineau Park because the shuttle's free,
Oh yeah, the shuttle is free.
which we did yesterday. That's right. We went on a hike.
Which trail did you go to?
We did the Lorio Waterfall Trail. So waterfall.
Is there actually a waterfall?
Yeah, there is. It's not a
Nice.
huge waterfall, but
It's like a little.
it's like
little
more
trickle.
like a creek-ish
Okay.
style thing. And then so you start at Lorio, and then you walk your way back to the waterfall trail, and then eventually it becomes the Mackenzie King Estate.
How long of a walk is that? How long of a hike?
Well, I think the whole thing was about 3.8 kilometers, so it's not super long.
Oh, that's very nice.
And then afterwards, we took the same shuttle to go all the way to the visitor center at the end of the line to go to Chelsea so we could get ice cream and food.
Yay!
Which is how I like to end all of my hikes. So if you come hiking with me, there's definitely ice cream at some
But then
point.
how do you get back to town?
You just take the shuttle back the other way.
The shuttle takes you to the ice cream place?
So
Hell yeah.
the shuttle starts. This is how great this is for me personally. The shuttle stops in front of the Museum of History. I happen to
Which is
live
where you live.
one street away, and then he picks me up there. And then there's one more stop before you get in Gatineau Park, and then the first stop in the Gatineau Park is the visitor center stop, which is the first visitor center. That's the one that you get at at the bottom of the park. And then you work your way up. It goes through every big major trail, which I believe there's 9. I think the only one that doesn't stop in front of...
Which, if you're able to look, if you're not in Ottawa and you've never been, look up on Google Maps Gatineau Park, and you'll see just how large it is.
It's massive. And the only trail it doesn't stop in front of is the Wolf Trail, which is the one that Jane and me have vowed to do this summer.
Is it the longest one?
It's the longest one. It's a 4-hour trail. It's very, very long. It's 10 kilometers. It's a journey, and you work your way up there. You don't just
10 kilometers hiking is
I've already done it, but this was years ago, and my experience was not great because somebody that I invited on a whim decided to invite 10 people without telling me. And then we showed up. So I was with my best friend, and then this person who happens to live like 2 streets away, and I know her a little bit. She's a friend of a friend. I'm like, hey, why don't you come? Like, she's like, okay. And then she's like, but she doesn't tell me this. And then she's like, oh, I invited a few friends. I'm like, okay. And then she invited 10 people.
Oh my God.
And I got no problem with this, but all of these people were, I don't know how to explain. Instagram model type. I need to take a picture every 3 seconds, but not of me, not of the trees, of me in the trees, doing a yoga pose. And I'm like, okay, can we just...
like fitness.
I don't know, because this was years ago, so it's not,
people.
like, Insta was not a thing back then, so it's hard to explain, but that's the vibe I got. It was like everybody needs to see me do a tree pose on a cliff with the background. Like, you know what I mean? Okay.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
This whole...
Not the vibe that you were going for.
No, and me and my friend were, like, taking our time, and these guys were going much faster because they were trying to, go get to certain areas to take pictures.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a weird experience. The worst part is that at the very end, they ended up at the parking lot probably 20 minutes before we did because we were taking our sweet-ass time. And then when we got there, they had left the girl who I invited. They left her there because she had come with me by car. They just left her alone for 20 minutes in the parking lot by herself.
That's not safe.
No, it's not. I was so and she's like, oh, they left. I'm like,
okay.
And you're okay with that?
I thought they were your friends.
Like, this is not what friends do. I'm sorry. If this is your friends, you don't need enemies, my friend. Like, what the hell? Anyway, so needless to say, I would like to redo this trail to have better memories.
Yeah, with a better much like a cassette tape, you can record over it.
Exactly.
I love that.
So yeah, that's definitely but honestly, I enjoy being in the woods. There's something about just like not worrying about cars or
Yeah.
like you're just in the woods, you're in the middle of, so, and Chelsea's a really cute little town to stuff my face
And there's
after.
not like dangerous wildlife.
No.
So,
I mean, there's bears, but
like,
you're not going to see them.
Come down to the trails.
No, they do, but they only do really early in the morning. So the
okay.
only time you're going to see a bear, and I mean, it's rare, but if you were to see a bear,
it's rare to see a bear.
It'll probably be early in the morning, like 5 or 6 a.m. because nobody's around. The thing is, in that area, it's mostly like black bears, which are terrified of everything. Yeah. So they're gonna like, if you make enough noise,
if the bear is black, yell back.
Yeah, like if you make enough noise, which to be fair we do when we're a group of us, we just yap away,
cackle.
I promise you will not see any bears because the bears will be like, oh my god, no, and then run the other way.
People.
Ew, no, ew, people, loud people.
Ew, people.
So, hence why we women choose the bear.
Yeah. Because the bear will leave us alone.
Because the bear's gonna be like, fuck this.
The bear's gonna be like, no, thank you.
And even if it's a grizzly, you know what? I'll play dead. At least I know what I'm getting myself into.
Did you watch The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I did not. I don't know if I want to.
Okay, so I
know the premise of like he slept in the bear, right? Or something?
Well, it wasn't a bear that he slept inside of.
Okay.
It was like an elk or something.
Oh,
like
an
that.
elk.
Anyway, the thing is, he accidentally gets lost in the woods, separated from the people that he was in with, and encounters a grizzly bear mama.
Oh, well, that's the thing. If it's a mama, you're fucked. Like,
he tries to play dead, and the bear still
because it's mama. Yeah, like mama gives no fucks. Like, that's fair. And you know what? If I'm on her turf and this is how I die, I'm okay with this. That's on me. It was on me to not be in the way. I was trespassing. You know what? I'll take the responsibility. But anyway.
If it isn't the consequences of your own actions.
You know what? If I die by a wild animal, I'm sure it'll be painful, but I feel like I would be okay with going that way.
It would kind of be on brand for you.
Because I love being in the woods. I love the hiking.
Like, what happened to her? She got, trampled by a moose. Oh, what a way to go. What a way to go.
I want this on my tombstone. Oh, what a
way to go.
Trampled by a moose. Oh, what a way to go. That's what I want on my tombstone.
She died doing what she loved.
Trampled by a moose.
Trampled by a moose.
I mean, to be fair, those things are massive.
Moose are absolutely terrifying.
They are. If you've never seen how large a moose is, just look up at videos of moose in like ratio towards like a deer or even a human or whatever. It's like there's one video
at a moose in comparison
to a car.
House.
To a car. Like the moose is gonna walk away. The car's not gonna walk away. Mm-mm. Like, you're dead. You're fucked. Mm-hmm. Game over. But that moose, that thing is like, hi, what's up? And then there's, fun fact, there was up until recently a law, I believe it's in Alaska, that says you're supposed to, two mooses are not allowed to have sex on the city sidewalk.
Why?
That's not my question. Who's gonna stop them? If you see two mooses going at it, are you going to be brave enough to go and stop them? Because I'm not. I'm going to walk away. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them their privacy and just walk away.
I'm like, oops, sorry guys. Please carry on. My bad. I didn't see anything.
I'm like, I don't know.
Have you been working out?
Like, who decided this was a thing? This was like in my loony laws. Like, I forgot. Again, this may not be in effect anymore. And I may have butchered the way, but it was essentially... It's illegal for two mooses to have sex on the city sidewalk. And all I remember thinking is, who the fuck is going to stop two mooses going at it? They're huge.
Do you think the local police is going to be like, ma'am, you're...
Sir, Madam, she clearly doesn't want it. Get away.
Madam, you are on city property. Absolutely not. If you see a moose, you don't approach. If you see two moose...
get away.
You get away.
I've started recently seeing, well, not recently, but I've seen a few people like who go to places like Canada or anywhere where they're not used to the wildlife, and then they just, oh look, a snow leopard, and then they take a picture too close, and the snow leopard, there's actually a video of this, there's this girl somewhere, I forgot, like the snow leopard fucking jumps on her and mauls her.
Oh my god, of course.
Listen, you were like, when I say it was
leopard.
right there, and she's like, selfie, he's right here, he's not far away, he's right there, he's crouching down. Girl, I'm not saying you asked for it, but
you got close to a leopard and gave it your back?
You're literally just saying, hey, look, I'm very delicious, eat me.
I think we have lost the plot here.
We have.
And by lost the plot, I mean, like, we are no longer, like, instilling common sense in each other, right? We need to be telling stories about how, like, you know, like, you overcome your challenges, or how you encounter dangers, or how you encountered, like, you know.
What do you do if you see a moose?
yeah, something like, not really defined, but, like, if you had a struggle or a problem, you've got to share that with your friends, because that's how we build common sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to learn from other people's mistakes.
I don't know. I feel like we've lost a bit of that common sense because
we're
too, and I don't think it's because we're stupid. I think we're too comfortable.
We sure are.
We are very comfortable in our lives because of all the conveniences we have, all the wonderful things that like technology has given us. But it does make us less aware of our surroundings, and more aware of, like, we're less aware of our surroundings and more focused on what's on our phone or screens, or validation from the outside world, whatever the fuck, right? So, but your surroundings are still important if you're in the middle of the forest.
Yeah. 100%.
Or in the wilderness of any kind. I think it's your turn to do
I went a little bit too far, so I'm gonna hold on.
Well, it's your dork. So.
Yeah, what's my dork? My drink is, I have cold coffee.
Cold coffee.
Because I've been forgetting. Thank you. I got this at a local store right here or around the corner from where I live, called Maeher House.
Oh,
you've been to Maeher House?
Yeah, I love Maeher House.
Essentially, this was being sold together with a plant, as like a planter, but it's just a mug. So I got it with the plant. The plant, unfortunately, did not survive. R.I.P. the plant. But I kept on using the mug, and it's so nice because it's like very wide mouthed.
Yeah. And
it holds a lot of cafe or tea. It's really great. I love it. Although now my coffee is cold.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That might be a little bit our fault for the over talking. But you know, ADHD will do what ADHD does best.
To be fair, I do very often forget that I have a drink.
Same.
And then I don't drink it, get a different drink, and then I have two drinks.
That I don't do. I just forget because I move on with my life, and then I turn on like, oh yeah, I had that 3 hours later, and then I just grab the tea. I'm like, it's cold now, but who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this happens to me too. Almost every day. So, cold coffee is kind of like where I
at this point it's a rite of passage.
It's kind of where I live now. It's my normal. So that's what I'm drinking. My outfit is I'm wearing some handmade socks. Ooh, these I made on my circular sock machine.
Yeah.
The yarn is a lovely self-striping yarn from the Yarn Therapist. I believe the Yarn Therapist is a Canadian dyer.
Okay.
I'm not exactly super sure. And then the contrast color is Botanical Yarns.
Oh, yes. That's what I figured it, because she loves
neon.
that color. Yeah.
So neon. I love it. I had a little bit left over from a set that I bought from her. It was like a pack of like coordinated mini skeins. And I was like, yeah, I can use this because it kind of goes really nicely with like the pastel rainbows. So that's what I'm wearing. That's my outfit. What I'm reading, I'm still not finished with Apprentice to the Villain.
That's okay.
I haven't even picked it up for like 2 weeks.
And you know what? It's okay.
It's alright. I've been playing a lot of video games instead.
And so I support that.
I support women's wrongs. Yeah, I support women's rights.
So what's your game of poison right now?
So currently I'm playing Planet Crafter again with my partner.
I don't know that.
Okay, so Planet Crafter is you are a lonely astronaut.
How can you play with somebody else if you're lonely?
Well, if you play with another person, then you're too lonely.
Oh,
Astronaut.
okay. It's not
You're
like...
lonely astronaut that you get deposited in this like inhabitable, barren planet, like a little planet, right? And what you have to do is discover why you're there and try to survive. So the first thing that you do is you like start reading like messages that come into your communications, and it turns out you are serving a prison sentence.
What did you do?
It doesn't say what you did, but essentially your sentence is, okay, so instead of spending a lifetime in jail, you get put in this like planet terraformation program. They send you all alone to a planet, and if you're able to terraform it to the point of it being inhabitable, you have served your sentence and you can go free.
You know what? I am so intrigued, and I love that idea. I feel like if we have the technology and the planets, that would be such a great way for people to like redeem themselves.
So along the way, you're like picking up ores and metals and building structures, and so you make some like drills to relieve pressure so that the air is breathable, and then you like eventually create enough heat and gas in the air so that clouds start to form, and then rain falls, and then there's water, and when there's water there's plants, and when there's plants there's insects, and when there's insects there's animals, right? And so it's really, really interesting to see the progression of like absolutely arid, nothing's going on here, non-breathable atmosphere, to like a fully lush, green, like populated, thriving planet. And it's really fun because along the way, like you're making all of these changes, watching them happen across the planet, and also you're finding like little snippets of like settlements of other prisoners that failed at this same planet.
Well, that's a little ominous, like this is what's gonna happen to you.
There's something happened, and like we couldn't survive the cold, and blah blah blah, etc. Anyway,
but it gives you clues as to how you can survive.
It gives you clues.
Like, okay, and, it's cold here,
and you can kind of like loot these little like settlements. It's not really settlements, like other people's ships, for example, that crash.
So like somebody from the original Earth or whatever has to like check up on you half the time to know if you're still alive at some point, right?
But like the thing is, some of them have been sent here in this like terraformation program, and so if they never come back, they don't care because they were prisoners.
Yeah,
anyway.
so it doesn't matter. Okay.
So like the gamble is you either come here, survive, complete the mission, and you can go free, or you die anyway, which you would have done if you had stayed in the prison. So it's really cool. And then also there's like a mystery of like a secret ancient society that used to live in this planet. And you're like, wait, was there technology here before and something happened? What the hell? How did this planet end up inhabitable? Anyway, it's like a lot of mysteries to discover at the same time, but it's sort of sandboxy, so you don't have to do everything in order fast.
Oh, I love that.
You can just like take your time.
Yeah.
Like I personally love just like collecting resources.
That's the best part. Foraging of any kind. My
partner likes to like build like home bases and camps and stuff. So that's what we do. I collect stuff and he builds other stuff. And anyway, it's really nice. I got to the point where I can now have bees, and the bees are creating honey.
Oh.
And I can use that honey to make food. That's great.
Awesome.
So I've been playing a lot of that. And that's why I haven't been reading.
Which, again, fair.
What I'm knitting still my Mini Moon scarflet, or like a little shawlette. It's coming along real nice.
Oh my god.
Check it out.
So nice.
I can't believe how like modern this looks for the amount of effort that I'm putting into it.
This is giving me Star Wars.
It is, isn't it?
I love it.
It's given like
I think it's the colors. Yeah.
It is actually really rewarding to watch this get like to watch the graphics sort of show up.
Yeah.
And
it's beautiful.
It's literally just knitting.
But it's still
no pearls, that's knitting and slipping, and that's it.
And it still looks
fabulous. And it looks really, really nice. I'm almost done. Like, as you can see, I'm just like at the
very end. Just
I'm
like
at the very like end. So this is hopefully gonna go a lot faster now that I'm in the decrease section. So yeah, I'm about there.
Yeah.
So I have just this much to go. I'm confident that I can get it done pretty soon. Although I won't make any promises because every time I'm close to finishing something, I lose motivation and I'm like, I never want to see this again.
Just hold on.
Just hold on. I know. Oh my god, it's been an hour. Oops, we've been talking a lot.
That's okay. I mean, I feel like sometimes Allie is the one who like steers us back on course.
And she's not here, so
and
we're
she's
off
not
the
here,
course.
so we are very how do I say this? We're going rogue.
Yeah, we're going rogue.
This is unchecked.
And speaking of going rogue and unchecked, we didn't check with Allie before doing this. In fact, I didn't even check with you.
No, but it's okay. I approve of this.
I prepared a little activity for us, and that is that I've been on Reddit a lot. I'm gonna turn off the fan because it's a little bit loud for my taste. Okay. I felt like I was yelling over the fan. Okay, so I've been on Reddit, and I collected some stories about knitting that are labeled "Am I the Asshole?" So if you know about this like stories, it's essentially people that have gotten a bad response after a certain action that they did or like a comment that they made, and they're like, am I wrong here? Like, I feel like I'm justified in having
In my
done
action,
this.
or yeah,
Like, what does the internet think? Was I the asshole in this
story in this scenario.
And
I don't know any of those, by the way. I have not heard the stories yet.
So I selected a few that have to do with like crafting or knitting. And the thing is, when you look at them on Reddit, you can see like at the top, like the people have already voted on whether this person was the asshole or wasn't the asshole.
Don't tell me.
I would like to read you some of these examples and then see if you agree with the majority.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Okay.
I'm gonna fail, but
okay, let's see. Let's get started with an easy one. Okay, this one's actually the first one we're gonna get started with. Does not say whether or not they are the asshole. It's just a comment that somebody posted on like a snarky craft subreddit, and it says, I live in a big city where it's not normal to talk to every single person you see out in public. Headphones are the unspoken code for I'm not up for conversation right now, and headphones usually work unless I'm knitting.
no.
Then perfect strangers feel as I'm obligated to give them explanations on what I'm doing. What I'm doing is trying to enjoy a flow state while I steal a precious few moments to myself while my kid does a class at the community center. It happens all the time, but the most recent one, a lady came up to me and had to actively try to get my attention because I was knitting while watching a YouTube video on my phone with my headphones on. She asked a few questions and I gave her a few short answers. Hint, hint, I'm not feeling chatty, please go away kind of answers. I thought she got the hint and left, but then she returned with a bunch of kids going, now look, watch what this lady is doing. Oh, great. If someone was trying to read a book, it would be weird to stare, but me, sure, I exist to entertain you.
Okay, yeah.
Asshole take or no? I have my own opinion.
Who's the asshole? Her or the other person?
Like, is it assholey to, like, pretend, like, to, like, be unwilling to talk to strangers who ask you?
No? So I'm gonna say no because, like, you want to be polite for sure. So, like, I understand her reaction to, like, take the headphones off and go, like, hi, what do you want?
Right.
But, like, she's right. When you have your headphones on and you're clearly, like, I feel like some people can't read body language very well.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm like this and then I'm like barely saying yes or no to your question, like, you should get the hint that I'm not interested in talking. Now, what I think is a bit the asshole move in this case is not her, but the fact that the other person decides to bring kids in, because, like,
bringing the kids in,
because now I'm gonna feel obligated to help the kids or, like, to answer questions to the kids, which is not my freaking job.
The fact that she was like, look at what this lady is doing, like, bitch, I'm not a zoo animal.
Yeah, but exactly, like, I'm just enjoying my life. So if she had come, like, I've had those happen, well, never that bad, but like I've had people in the train while I'm knitting come like, oh, this while I'm having headphones. But the worst I ever got is like this lady who just literally just wanted to get my attention, and then the second I took the headphones on, it was just like, I just want to say how beautiful this is, and that was it. And then she moved on with her life, and I was like, thank you, that's lovely.
That's
but like,
nice.
but it's not like
She didn't expect you to explain what
yeah,
you were
like
doing.
I
answer questions.
understand curiosity, and I understand, like, I can understand somebody like wanting, but again, if you notice that the person you're talking to is clearly closing themselves off to, they're not receptive to
Yeah.
that like, I'm curious, I want to know more, then take a hint and go online.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like, or ask somebody else, you know.
I am sort of like of two minds here, because if I'm knitting outside, I know I'm putting myself up to be perceived.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand that we live in a community and we should be encouraging each other to talk more. And it's innocuous if people are curious to ask a question. Where I draw the line is if I clearly have my headphones on and I'm watching something on my phone, I don't want to talk to people. And I think it's not okay for you to ignore that just because you think what I'm doing is interesting or exotic.
Yeah, because like, again, you may want to just say a comment or ask a question, quick question, and I feel like if you do it in a polite way, I will understand that, and I will be okay with it. But the second you start to push that like initial politeness that I would have, then like the politeness just, that's over.
The other thing is that I think the person who's complaining here should, like, if you're uncomfortable, you should be able to say, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. Or just like say, look, I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah, you can just say like, hey, thank you for your interest. I'm actually not feeling chatty right now. I would like to be left alone.
Yeah, like, it's nothing personal. Like, and again, like, not everything is about you. What I mean by that is the person, if somebody tells you this, like, I'm not feeling up to chatting, this isn't about you. You don't know what this person's going through. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're exhausted. Maybe whatever it is, this is their journey. This is yours.
Yeah.
And it's okay sometimes if somebody is not receptive to whatever you have to say or do, right? Like,
do you think the lady that was asking questions unprompted was rude?
I say yes. I mean, I think
like she was rude.
Initially, I feel like this could have been a polite interaction at the beginning, but the second she didn't take on the cues and she brought other kids involved, that's like, okay,
I think she was rude, and I think you're not obligated to be polite to rude people.
No, 100%.
Not the asshole.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. Am I the asshole for asking the lady sitting next to me at a concert to stop knitting? I went to the concert tonight at a seated venue to see a folk singer. The music was relatively tame, quiet, and fairly emotional. In my opinion, seeing this artist is a pretty immersive music experience, at least for me. I was really excited to see this particular show at a seated theater where it's easier to just focus on the music. I'd venture a guess that most people who would go to this type of show are going because they're emotionally invested in this person's music. The show starts and I notice the woman sitting directly next to me is knitting. Odd, I thought, but okay. But as the show went on, I kept finding myself so distracted by this knitting. I must have tried for a solid 30 minutes to ignore it, but the constant motion in my peripheral vision and the quiet clicking of the needles kept stealing my attention away from the show. After a while, I felt like I couldn't focus on the show at all, and all I could think about was whether I should try to politely say something. The woman was with a partner, and I noticed on the other side there were 2 or 3 open seats. So I finally worked up the courage to politely say something. I thought the best and least disruptive way to do that was to write a note on my phone and show it to her, so that's what I did. The note said, this is a direct copy-paste, quote, I'm so sorry to ask, and I know this is probably ridiculous, but the knitting is distracting me from enjoying the show. Would you mind either stopping or moving 1 seat over? Again, I'm sorry. I don't know, I assumed everyone who knitted in public, and especially someone at this kind of very chill show, was probably a generally chill human, so I was not expecting the kind of negative reaction that followed. The woman gave me the nastiest look, let out an angry sigh, threw her hands up, dramatically stuffed her knitting into her bag, huffed and puffed to her partner, and then got up and completely left the show. I was so baffled by how angry she got, especially since I tried really hard to phrase this as politely as I could. I even considered that maybe there are reasons beyond my understanding why someone might not be able to sit still during a show and might need to keep their hands busy. Neurodivergent, some sort of recovery, or some other reason. So I really tried to avoid speaking up out of sensitivity. And again, it's why I included the suggestion that maybe she could just slide over instead of stopping completely. I realized that knitting is definitely not the most disruptive thing a person could do, and I couldn't tell if me asking her to stop was unreasonable, and maybe I should have just sucked it up, but I thought I was polite about it, and I'm still just really shocked at how mad she got, and even more shocked that she completely left the show halfway through the set. So am I the asshole for asking her to stop knitting or move one set over?
This one is weird because at first I was like, okay, like it's just knitting, calm your tits. But I do have to admit the reaction of the knitter, like, oh, I mean, whatever reaction it was, I would never, if I paid for those tickets, I'm not, like, I may be moving a seat, but I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this concert. Now, the way the message was phrased seemed very polite. If I had been the knitter, I would have moved one seat. I would have been okay with that. It wouldn't have bothered me.
But now, would if you had been the knitter and you received this note during a concert where you're just like minding your business, would you think like, oh my god, what an asshole?
No.
Really?
I would just be like, and then I'd move away. Like once, because the thing is, I can understand more the clicking.
Yeah.
This, I can understand being distracting. And the reason why is because I'm one of those people that a very tiny sound can disrupt a bigger sound experience to me. And so I get it. I understand that part. Now, where I think the person who wrote this could have like, like relaxed a little bit is not so much to like say like, hey, can you move or whatever. It's the fact that like this is her concert experience.
Yeah.
Not everyone is going to experience that concert the same way that she is, right?
Yeah.
For her, she's clearly emotionally invested. It seems to be like a really, like it's a big deal. It's not going to be the same for everybody. She cannot expect everyone else to feel this way.
Yeah.
So I feel like both of them are a little bit in the wrong.
A little bit wrong.
I mean, the lady who just huffed and puffed and left, and that's stupid. Like, and not because you're mad. You paid for those tickets. Yeah. That's stupid. You just wasted money because somebody, like, you could have moved one seat and then everything would have been fine. Like, to me, my reaction as the knitter would have been to move, like, no problem. Because I can understand that something I do may be causing somebody else's discomfort. Now, if the first person had come to me and, like, literally, like tell, like, move one seat, you know, whatever. If they had been impolite about the way that they've phrased this, I would have obviously been like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But the message was polite. I find it a little weird that she went over a phone. I get that you're trying, like, you're...
to not disrupt other people.
So, like, I get that you don't want to, like whisper, yell, or whatever. So, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Like, this one is a bit... I feel like everybody's, like, a bit low-key asshole. Not, like, asshole. Just, like, okay. I feel like this could have been avoided if the first one had been, like, if you had closed your eyes so you don't see it on the periphery. You say you're emotional, like this is about the music experience, and yet you are easily distracted by something else. That tells me that like you could probably, like close your eyes and focus more on the music.
Yeah.
But on the other side, if somebody came to me and said your knitting is distracting me, could you just move one seat? Said this way, I would have moved one seat. It wouldn't have been a problem. So the huffing and puffing and leaving sounds like you went from 0 to 100 in like 3 seconds. What happened?
Yeah.
Right? So that tells me that maybe this is not the first time somebody tells this woman to stop knitting in public.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why would you have, like, I've never been in the situation where somebody asks me to stop. And I'll be like, ugh! Like, why? Like, what would you... That tells me you're...
Something else happened before where, like, this is probably not the first time where she's been told she's annoying.
Yeah. Because... Yeah. Which, why would you say that? But the point is still, like, I don't know. I find the reaction a bit, like, too much.
I don't think it was rude of this, like, person to ask the woman to stop or move over.
Mhm.
I do think it's a little bit too invasive.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we do not control what other people do. And if you notice that there was 3 seats left, you move.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you're right, because
You
technically,
move.
if
you're like, hey, sorry, I'm just gonna scoot over you to sit on that one other seat where I'm like, oh, you know, like,
because then you're not gonna hear. So why do you, if it's disrupting you're right, because if it's disrupting your experience,
you move. You're responsible for your experience, not for other people's actions.
Because her experience is fine. You're the one who you're
the
what
one
I mean?
who's upset, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of like in an airplane. If I'm sitting next to a crying baby and I know that there's empty seats,
yeah, I'll be like, can I move?
What am I gonna do? Ask the flight attendant to move the baby, or move myself? Of course, I'm gonna move myself.
They were like,
the baby has a whole right to
yeah,
be crying. They're a baby.
they're a baby. Like, this is.
I'm the one who's bothered by this for my own reason. It's not valid or invalid. It's just if I'm in charge of my own emotions, and
Yeah.
if I am uncomfortable, then I take steps to make myself more comfortable.
I do feel like this whole situation is both people not being able to handle their own emotions or their
Exactly.
own, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it seems a little like, okay, like, everybody calm down. Like, this is very unnecessary.
Yeah.
And you're right. If she just moved seats,
Exactly.
things would have been okay. She didn't even have to say anything to the lady. She could have just been like, hey, I'm just going to move over there.
Now, here's a little edit, where they added an edit at the bottom that says, I think the use of the word concert is misleading people here, and people might think that a concert equals a loud environment. This was a fairly quiet folk show at a theater as opposed to a rock or pop concert at an arena. The room was dead silent outside of the performance itself. The set included some full band songs, some solo acoustic, some that were just vocals and guitar. The needles did make a clicking sound, probably equivalent to someone typing on their phone with long nails. So that paints a little bit of a different picture, because now, like, if you are at a quiet environment and you are actively making noise,
if I can hear
yourself.
the own clicking, if I can hear the clicking and everybody else is silent, because it's also about, like, like, the environment you're in, right? So if the only thing I'm supposed to be hearing is the music and there is nothing else, nobody's screaming or making noise of any kind, then that is definitely going to be disruptive.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, just if you can hear this.
Yeah. I love the sound of clicking
I
needles.
do, but not everybody does.
So, do you want to know what people voted?
Yeah, go for it.
People voted not the asshole.
Okay.
Apparently, the poster is 100% in their right for asking people not to interrupt a quiet concert.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the reaction of the knitter is like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
I think we could have argued for asshole if it hadn't been because the knitter had such a big reaction.
And that's the thing, and the to be fair, again, I do feel like the person who asked the question did it in a very polite way. I don't take the message in a rude way in any shape or form. I would have moved, but I guess not everybody.
Yeah. If this had been me, assuming that I was in a regulated emotional state, assuming, and that's a big assumption, and I received this message, I would have politely said, I don't want to stop, but you're welcome to move over if you want. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that would have been fine. Do you want to see another one?
Yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for throwing away a handmade knit toy a friend made for my baby?
Oh, yeah. I don't even have to know. I'm sorry. That's such a bitch. I'm like, yes, you are.
We haven't read the context. Okay. It says, I had a baby last year, but with current events, I never had a baby shower, and I told my friends and family I didn't expect them to get anything either. An old friend, however, surprised me in the mail with a cute little clown toy she had made. I don't know much about knitting, but it was pretty intricate, so she probably put a lot of time and effort into it. Cue me panicking because my husband actually has an extremely severe clown phobia and will have a complete meltdown if he sees this thing. I stuffed it back in its envelope and buried it in one of the trash cans outside. My husband came back, so I made something up, and when my friend later asked about it, I was too ashamed to tell her the truth, so I just said thank you and forgot all about it. Until a couple days ago. My friend and I are both vaccinated now. Oh, this is during COVID. So I invited her over to meet my daughter. After the typical cooing and baby talk, she asked if my daughter liked the doll. I'm a horrible liar in person, so she managed to get it out of me that I hadn't given it to her, and in fact I'd actually thrown it away altogether. She was really hurt and asked why I didn't just tell her about my husband's phobia at the time, as I could have given it back to her and she could have made something else. Honest answer is that I wasn't thinking and I made a mistake in the moment. I've said sorry more times than I can count, but I can tell she's still upset. I feel horrible. Am I the asshole?
Yeah. I have no problem saying yes. Here's why. She's 100% correct. All you had to do was give it back. And I do not care what the gift is, whether it's store-bought, whatever it is. To throw the thing in the, but you say yourself, I don't know much about knitting, but it was very intricate, therefore blah blah blah. So you knew there's effort being made in this. And don't get me wrong, I can understand that not everybody knows the amount of work that goes into a crafted project, whatever the craft, right? I get that, like, somebody who receives a blanket may not realize this was hours of work. So, which is fair, and it's not appropriate for every gift ever. But in this case, this is for a baby. Sounds like it's pretty appropriate in terms of like a gift. Now, I find it very strange that if they are good friends, I mean, I guess not everybody's going to know your partner's phobias. Maybe,
I suppose not. That's kind of like a personal stuff.
True, that's fair. But again, all you had to do was and like the idea of saying like I panicked, like I've panicked in my life. I've had moments where I did not think clearly, and I have never thrown away a gift. So to me, like, that's not panicking. That's like, I don't know what to call that. It's just 100%. Yes. That you are absolutely. I don't care what anybody else says. Like, I can't, because again, like, if I was that friend, I would never make you anything again. That would
of course not.
Nope.
Here's the thing. I think I would have been okay if she said, like, I'm so sorry, I had to, like, get rid of it. And
if you had been honest,
that might mean I gifted it to a hospital, I brought it to the thrift store,
if you had just said,
it just couldn't be in my house.
Yeah,
right?
like, because the thing is, there's so many things you could have done. You could have donated it. You could have and
given it to a different mom for their baby.
I don't think I would necessarily appreciate if the person had lied to me and pretended like they didn't throw it in the trash, but at the same time, I don't know what's worse. To know that you threw it in the trash or the lying to me. So, like, either way, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I would rather you be honest. You see this, you put it back in a bag, you shove it in the closet, you call me, you're like, hey, I received the gift. It's fucking lovely, but my husband has a phobia of clowns. I cannot have this in the house. Can I please return it to you? But that's it. Or can I donate it?
The difference is communication. Right? There was no need to lie.
Nope.
Especially for something that you have absolutely noticed is complicated and must have taken her a long time to do.
Yeah.
I think the key is, like, you didn't want to communicate that because you didn't know how to handle it. And you're the asshole.
Yep, 100%.
And I will say, you're absolutely correct because the majority of the people voted asshole.
Yeah, that's like... Oh, it makes me so angry. I'm sorry.
I'm so upset at this.
I'm so upset.
I
would be like, I'll take the damn doll. Like, what the hell is this? Like, the amount of work that must have gone to this.
But also, like, a clown for a baby is kind of like unhinged. Like,
it's
selection of a
like, it's definitely like, this is clearly someone who's not thinking about like what is appropriate for a baby. Because again, it's a clown, guys. Clowns. We've all established since we've seen it that clowns are creepy. But
clowns are creepy.
But it's again, if the intention was just like I'm trying to be,
intentions.
You know, then 100% asshole.
But then again, who was it that said the way to hell is paved with good intentions? So, like, then we come back to the same conversation we had like months ago, like even a year ago, about like, if you like making a gift for someone, if you have good intentions is like good enough, but then if you didn't check in with the person on what was appropriate or welcome, you just made something without consulting and then gave it as a gift, then the gift is done. It's no longer yours. It's no longer up to you what they do with the gift. If you didn't check, it turned out you gave them something extremely uncomfortable, and they got rid of it. You have no say on how they disposed on it.
I still remember this one story I read where this lady knitted a blanket for this 15-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell anybody she was doing that.
Oh, we talked about this, yeah.
Right? And I'm like...
And he didn't like it.
And he didn't like it. I'm like, he's a 15-year-old boy.
They don't like anything.
I wouldn't, as a 15-year-old, I would not have been like, yeah, a blanket, that's amazing. No, worst comes to worst, as the parent of the 15-year-old, I would have been like, I'm not sure this is an appropriate gift, but however, you can give it to me.
I love a blanket.
I love a blanket. So give it to the parent, and then, but to get offended because a 15-year-old boy does not like your gift, I get it. You spent a lot of time on it, but
Don't
it's a 15-year-old boy.
Teenagers.
You read the room. That's what I'm trying to say.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one, and this one's a little bit spicy in my opinion.
Ooh, okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my friend her crochet scarf isn't worth $150? My friend, female 18, is selling crafts and crochet things. She's been complaining that her stuff isn't selling like how she wants it to. She's been making these scarves that are crocheted and have designs on them. The one she was selling had ant designs crocheted onto them, and I thought it was really neat. I told her I wanted to buy it from her. She told me that she would sell it to me for $150. $150 during these times is insane. How can she expect anyone to pay that for a scarf? I told her $150 was way too much and that nobody has that kind of money laying around for a scarf. She got super defensive and told me that I don't understand how much time it takes, which I'm sure it takes a long time to make, but that doesn't automatically make the scarf worth that. Our friend group is divided on the issue. Some of them think I was being rude, but the others just know I was being honest. Am I the asshole?
That's a tough one because it's what yarn did she use? How much time did she spend on it? I mean...
Yeah. And this is coming from someone who doesn't crochet.
Yeah, so it's really hard because... and whether it's crochet or any kind of craft, if you don't do a craft, you don't understand the amount of work that goes in. And if your friend's goal is to make money off of this, it makes sense for her to pay herself wage and to pay her for her time and the resources taken. Yeah. So now you may think $150 is expensive, but depending on what kind of yarn she's using, the amount of time it took for her, and the intricacy of the design, $150 may actually be very reasonable. It is a scarf, which I can understand for somebody who's not used to crochet, who just sees a $10 scarf at Walmart or whatever. I can understand how you can feel like this is outrageous for a scarf, but if the scarf is made of cashmere, then that's $150, my friend. It's hard to tell because we don't have enough information. I would argue that if this friend is doing this as a hobby, and their goal is not to make money, then I mean, sure. But what I mean is if things are not selling, that usually is indicator of you might want to reduce the price a little bit. I may not go as far as to reduce it but I may need to revisit what I'm doing. Yeah. Maybe reduce the amount of money I spend on... You either
have to reduce your costs so that you can sell it at a lower price, or you need to change your audience so that you're not selling to people who don't have this in their budget. So and if you're going to sell to a higher income bracket audience, then you have to think about whether the product that you're making is what they like.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So there's a lot of variables here. If she's selling to fellow 18-year-olds, then nobody's going to buy $150 worth. Yeah. I agree. But at the same time, like I said, as a crafter, if your goal is to make money off of this and you have to pay yourself. You have to make it worth your time to do this. Yeah.
I'll read you one of the comments, which I thought was really interesting. Someone said, I think the problem is that you made a subjective value judgment that was cruel. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot to say about this. There's people are divided in the comments of this. Yeah. They're 100%, $150 is too much for a handmade scarf. Mm-hmm. and other people are saying like that might be too much for you, but it's not the same to say I'm sorry it's not in my budget than to say you are insane for trying to sell this at $150.
That's very true, actually. You're right. Yeah.
Right? Because if you knit or crochet or sew or whatever, you know how much things are worth. But if you don't, and you're used to Walmart prices and Amazon prices, things that are made by hand are going to look exorbitant to you because you're used to buying cheap manufactured things.
Yeah.
Right? However, if you are a person who makes stuff and knows that a crocheted scarf can take up to 10 hours, especially if it had like designs on it like ants, then you're probably, number one, know how hard it is to make, would be very discerning on what the materials used were. So if she used acrylic, I wouldn't pay $150.
But if she used cashmere?
But if she used 100% wool, I might, right?
Yeah.
And the second thing is, like, if you're selling at a craft market where everyone there is a crafter, it's very unlikely that your handmade goods are going to be sold.
Yeah.
Because the people are there that do know how to make what you make.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I see this ant scarf being sold for $150 and it's acrylic, I'm like, no,
I'm just going to make it myself.
I'm just going to make it myself. I know how to make a crochet scarf and I know how to embroider.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it myself, right? And so that's probably like an underlying issue that it's two people from very different experiences that are disagreeing on what the value of handiwork is.
And the thing is that comment is right. It was borderline cruel because you're that's just like, that's wrong. Like, no, who are you to say it's wrong? Like, for it may be the right price and the right combination of time, resources, price for a certain audience, just not for you. And that's fair.
Yeah.
Like, then the answer, like, this is not you saying this is insane. This is you saying this is not in my budget. I can't afford that. That's it. And then you move on with your life. You're not like...
One thing that I noticed is that they said $150 during this times is like, how can she expect anyone to pay that much for a scarf?
Yeah, okay.
And
so
I
get it.
Like, I understand that times are tough for everybody. The economy is absolute
shite
at the moment. But at the same time, like, we're all underpaying for stuff. And that's how people stay poor.
Yeah.
Right? If we're unwilling to pay for labor, then we're perpetuating the tough times that you're complaining about.
It's a vicious circle. It's a vicious circle. Serpent eating its own tail. You know?
Exactly. And the verdict from Reddit is that this person was the asshole.
The one who said, like, yeah.
The one who said that they wouldn't pay it. Like, maybe you just don't say that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Here's one about a knitting group.
Ooh, oh.
Da da da.
Da da da.
Am I the asshole for calling out a woman's snobbish behavior, causing several people to leave our knitting group?
Oh, what did she do? I need to know.
Yeah. This says, so one thing I can't stand is snobby people who act like the only way to do things is their way.
Oh, God.
It's a huge thing in crafting groups. People act high and mighty because of how they learned, the yarn they use, knitting being better than crochet, etc., etc. I hated the energy in a lot of existing groups, so I started my own. So this person is the organizer.
Okay.
We switched to a virtual stuff since COVID started, and I have rules that you have to agree to follow before you can join. One of the rules is to be kind to others and absolutely no snob behavior.
Okay, but would you define? That's a very...
Yeah, that's kind of up to debate.
Yeah, what's a snob? What's a snob? Like, something that could be snobbish to you may not be snobbish to somebody else. So that's a little objective, you know? Or subjective, sorry.
They continue saying, everything has been going great, except this pre-existing group of friends joined, and they really pushed the boundaries of the aforementioned snobbish rule. They started dipping their toe with comments about acrylic yarn and how they would never use it with dramatic,
get the fuck
achy
out.
faces. Well, they did this again when a new girl joined the group. She was using an acrylic yarn in her project. One of the women asked her what she was using, and then the little clique, like the clique of people, acted like they weren't directly remarking while obviously doing it. this is kind of hard to explain, but like you've never had to deal with mean girls, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was like, I just don't understand how people are still using acrylic yarn these days. I mean, there are so many other options, unless you're still shopping at big box stores instead of indies. In the middle of that rant, I was just like, hey guys, let's remember that we're not here to judge anyone for what they're using or how they're using it, okay? Well, this pissed off the group.
Oh, get the fuck out then.
Because they started arguing with me about how, quote, nobody was judging anyone, and quote, so I can't even have an opinion now,
No.
and quote, why are you trying to censor us? We're having a conversation. If someone doesn't like it, they can leave. I muted everyone and said something like, the rules of this group are very clear and you have to acknowledge them before you join the call. If there's an issue, we can talk about it after. The women all ended up leaving the group, and I got a bunch of nasty emails and tags on a few social media posts calling me out for being pro-censorship and a tyrant, and saying how I shouldn't be in charge of anything because I am obviously biased. I don't think I'm in the wrong for this. My rules exist to make things welcoming for others. Sitting around putting down other people does not feel like it's very welcoming, especially for snobby crap like what they're doing. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We've dealt with quote unquote people who were disruptive online and offline.
Yeah.
And we've had to, like, the thing is, the second you are in charge of a community of any kind, you're not going to be able to please everybody. That's not possible. That is impossible. You can do your damn hardest to make things as comfortable as possible for the vast majority. You're always going to have at least that one person or those few people who don't fit in there. And that's because the group is not meant for them. Now, the snobby people, which if this is accurate and they've said things like that, 100% snobby assholes.
Yeah.
Like, that's mean girl energy. That's bully.
That
what
is
they're
mean
doing,
girl
that's
energy.
bullying. That's bullying. I'm sorry. Like, if you start going like, I'm allowed to have my opinion. Yeah. You, like, get the fuck out. Like,
but if you're allowed to have your opinion, then this person is allowed to knit with whatever yarn they want.
Exactly. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I will also say, you're allowed to have your opinion, but you're not
allowed to be a rude
necessarily
asshole.
allowed to, like, share your opinion with everyone.
Well, it's not even that. It's you can I'm gonna modify that. You're allowed to have your opinion, but if you're rude in the way that you present it, then you better be ready for the consequences of your own actions.
And
you know
I think the problem is here that they were actively, like, this group of women
sounds like they were actively
trying to pretend that they weren't shitting on this woman by not directly telling her, like, I hate what you're doing with that yarn. They were, like, telling each other, I can't believe people still use acrylic.
This is very, very bully.
It's bully behavior.
Like, so, and these people may not realize they're doing this, and that's their problem.
I think they do realize it, and they love to pretend that it isn't.
Maybe. Like, either way, the fact that they left, and then they left nasty comments, tells you everything you need to know about them. Because here's the thing. If you realize, you think, this group is not for me, I'm too snobbish for this group, or whatever.
Yeah.
You're just gonna leave. You don't need to leave a nasty comment. You don't need to start bullying people or shitting on other people for liking this group. You just walk away and you find a group that works for you.
Yeah.
It is not complicated. So yeah, that's an easy, you're not the asshole, and
this
these
is
people
also
are all a bunch of idiots.
This isn't, like, I've said this to you and to Ali multiple times, but, like, the knitting group that I started is my knitting group.
Yeah.
And I share, like, after years of doing it by myself, I added Ali as my co-host, like my helper. And then after a year or so of doing that, I added you and Vanessa to help me out, because, like, things are, like, really picking up. And now we have, like, a good thing going on. It's not, like, stressful for anyone and stuff.
No.
But it is still my group. I make the rules. And if I don't like how you're behaving in my group, I can kick you out. This isn't a free service.
It's a dictatorship, guys. Like, what I mean by that is she's correct. This is her group. This is not a free-for-all, we all own this. No, she organized this.
This isn't a co-op.
Yeah, like, she made this. She took the time to create the group, to create the meetup every week. Like, if you don't
just
like
because you don't pay money to be here doesn't mean that you, like, there are no rules to follow. This isn't a public park.
And again, for anybody who is in the position of the host, who is dealing with people like that, again, you will have to set boundaries, because you will always have people who don't respect those boundaries, and then you're gonna have to hold those boundaries strong.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how it makes you feel. It's gonna make you feel shitty. It never feels good to have people leave or to have people call you out, regardless of whether or not they're in the wrong.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're doing this for the greater good of the group, which is protecting the integrity of the group that you created.
And for yourself, right? Like, if you...
And this is coming for someone who actually doesn't really like acrylic. But I would never yuck on somebody's yum.
Exactly.
If this is what they like, then that is their prerogative. They're allowed to like it.
Now, there's another thing. If this is a pre-existing group of friends that knit together and join this group, it sounds like you already had a group, babe.
Yeah, so, like, why are you here?
Didn't need to
get
come
the fuck
to
out.
my
Like,
group.
go.
If you wanted to have, like, an elitist, only 100% wool from the Shetland Islands.
Only this color's way.
Only
this,
vintage
like,
patterns. Only self-drafted.
Only Chiagu needles are allowed in this group.
Then you can definitely do that. That's not the group for you.
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
Though.
And then you can get your, like, I'm sorry to say this, you can take your head out of your own ass and just accept the fact that not every group is going to be tailored to your needs, and you do not need every group.
That's why there's so many options.
Exactly, right? Like, oh god, that makes me angry.
So the verdict is, they are not the ass.
Yeah, thank God. Because if it had been the opposite, I would have been like, excuse me, what?
I've lost faith in humanity.
I've lost faith in Reddit.
Here's one that I thought was really funny. And it doesn't have a verdict. Like, people
okay.
It was only 3 months old, and it doesn't have, like, a tag at the top on whether or not they are asshole or not. So you and I get to decide.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my husband I will only make a crochet sweater for him if he learns the bare minimum crochet? I think it's really funny.
I love
it! Hold on. She says, I'm sure there's a few crocheters in this subreddit that know the immediate sense of annoyance when someone asks, with no regard for the level of skill even basic crochet requires, to have something made for them. My husband never asks, and I only do this as a hobby. I never sell or take requests from anyone else anyways. Recently, he got a kitten, his first ever kitten, and asked me to make the kitten a little sweater. I told him no, and when he brought it up again, I told him that if he learned to do a single stitch square in 4" by 4" size, I would make a sweater for the kitten. He told me that was too much effort to learn, and that I had it lucky since I've been doing crochet since I was a kid. I don't think it's mean to say no. I just want him to understand I do this for fun and for myself, and that there is a level of skill involved that I don't want to progress towards. I make rectangles, and only rectangles. I make blankets and coasters and pot holders and scarves, but I don't make anything for other people. I do this for fun and for myself. He has his own hobbies too, and I figured it was understood that we don't have to mingle some of our hobbies. I don't really care one way or another if he plays video games or his Pokemon stuff. We do share a few hobbies like cooking and Minecraft and mixology, but the way he was acting after I told him my terms has me wondering if I'm being unreasonable.
Yeah.
Is she being unreasonable?
So, I'm gonna tell you why. This is your partner.
Yeah.
This is not, and this is for a cat. First of all, it's for a cat, so fuck off. But also, like, I'm sorry, if somebody asks me, like, I'm
it's for a kitty.
Like, it's for a kitty. But, like, more importantly, this is for your partner. It's not, and he's not asking you to make a sweater for him, which my partner has done.
Yeah.
6'3", and I did it. But it's not even that. It's like,
personal
he's
choice.
not, like, to me, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I think the frustrating part is, there's a difference between, like, I understand everything that she says about, like, this is a hobby, I don't want to, like, I get that. And I'm one of those people that I don't like to make things for other people unless I'm in the mood for it.
Especially
so
if it's something that you've never made.
Yes, so I can understand that. But to be like, well, I'm only going to do that if you crochet, if you learn, like, I feel like it's, I don't know, it sounds like a childish move, like, to say that. Because to me, it's like, you could just say, hey, like, it would take me time, don't give me a deadline, and, like, I don't know if I can do it, or, but to it's your partner. I find
you can just say, like, nah, I don't really feel like doing that.
Or, yeah, like, to me, it sounds, I'm gonna be, like, I know this is gonna be harsh from my perspective. I don't think that relationship is going to last. Because if this is your attitude, of, I don't think this is going to last. Like, it sounds like you don't really, And I'm not saying you should do everything for your partner all the time. Absolutely not. But it sounds a little passive aggressive to be like, I'm not going to do it until you learn the stitch. You could have just said no. Or you could have, again, it's for a kitten, fuck off. Do the stupid thing. Like, I would have 100% been like, I'm all over this. I've never done it and I'm going to learn. Right? I would just say, don't give me a deadline.
I'll tell you what I would have done. I would be like, I don't know how to make sweaters, let alone for a kitten. But I can make him a little blanket for a kitten.
Worst comes to worst.
They would love a blanket. It's a cat.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Like, honestly, I think that what gets me in this is just the asking the
terms,
guy.
The requirement.
It's so, like, professor trying to give you homework that I can't do it. That really annoys me.
I think there's like an underlying problem here in which the problem that, like, the feeling she was having, I'm guessing, is that she was not feeling appreciated.
Which is fair.
She wasn't feeling seen as in, like, you don't understand how hard it is.
But that's the thing. Nothing in what she says gives me that idea. Which means this is probably a feeling she has outside of the situation. Yeah. And if that's the case, that's why this relationship ain't gonna work. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying?
What she says that I think, like, is kind of relatable is, like, we have separate hobbies.
Yeah, and that's fair.
We have some hobbies that we share. And and she was like, I thought it was understood that we don't need to intermingle our hobbies, right?
And he's not doing that. For me, intermingling the hobbies would be literally like, hey, I'm gonna learn crochet with you, and I'm gonna, like, you know what I mean? He's literally saying,
you to learn to play Pokemon with me, like,
he's literally saying, like, hey, would you be able to make a sweater? I'm like, I don't know if he asked it politely or if he went make a sweater. I don't know. So, you know, obviously this is up for, you know, there's a lot of speculation here, but to ask I don't know, I find it very strange to ask somebody to learn the basic stitch. I made 2 sweaters for my partner. He never asked, well, he asked for the second one. He didn't ask for the first one. It took me 2 years to make that stupid cardigan. And he never, in any shape or form, like, pressed for it. He never asked me, like, he never pushed for it. Funny enough, I gifted him the sleeves.
Pieces.
The 2 sleeves for Christmas it's on its way. And then he was like, holy shit. And it was like, he was so appreciative.
Yeah.
And he never took for granted, he never takes for granted this sweater because he barely, like, he wears it only on very special occasions. And then he's really scared of ruining it. So, like, he puts it in a very space in the closet. Like, it's his prized possession. Like, so, because he understands, he saw me make it. He understands the amount of work that went through it. So, and again, it's your partner. You want to do things for your partner. That's kind of the point of the relationship. Not necessarily all the time.
Not everybody.
But, like, for me, I feel like I'm probably one of those people that loves, my love language is acts of service. Because I love to do that for other people.
Right.
And he does the same to me. Like, he'll, like, for him, he doesn't knit or crochet, but he'll return the favor by doing things that I enjoy that he does that I can't do. Yeah. Right? So
I have to, like, also just, like, to balance the scale a little bit, I have to agree a little bit with her where, like, you must assume that she's not asking him to do,
which is fair,
to do things for her that he just does as a hobby for himself. Yes. Right? But, and at the same time, I understand that, like, listen, if I'm gonna do this for you, it's like, first of all, I'm not getting compensated. I at least need to be validated.
Yeah.
And if the only way that she can think of feeling validated is, like, I will do this for you if you do something to show me that you understand how hard it is.
Yeah.
Right? She didn't ask him to do it right. She didn't ask him to learn how to make the sweater himself. She said, make a crochet square with 1 stitch that's 4x4. That's all she asked.
Which, to be fair, can be really hard. I can't do that to save my life.
Right. But you also didn't ask me to make a sweater for your cat, right?
Yes. I don't know. I feel like I'm very divided. I think in this case, it's very much because...
I'm divided because I don't think it's cool to, like, ask for requirements, but I also don't think it's cool to ask your wife to make you stuff for a cat.
Yeah.
Like, if she wants to, great. I also noticed how she said he got a cat, not we got a cat.
Yeah, I know. So that sounds a little like...
So that sounds like maybe she wasn't on board with having the kitten in the first place. And not only does she say yes already to the cat, now she has to say yes to clothing the cat?
But also, like, does it say anywhere if they live together? Because then if he got a cat...
husband.
Okay, so they
She
do
says
live together.
husband.
Yeah, it sounds like, I don't know, I don't think that relationship's gonna work. It's his cat, he's demanding shit, she's like, no, like, it sounds like they're not vibing.
It sounds like they're not vibing on a lot of levels.
It doesn't sound good. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm hearing a lot of, like, things that don't mesh up well together, and I don't think it's gonna end well.
Yeah. One of the.
I still think it's a weird requirement, but I think she's in the right.
He said, that's too much effort to learn, and you had it lucky because you've been crocheting since you were
That's
a
bullshit,
kid.
because if she's been crocheting since she was a kid, that means she's put a lot of effort in that craft. So fuck off when you say that.
So like, the commenter says, he was the asshole when he asked again and then belittled your skills. I've been crocheting for 20 years. It's a labor of love, not to be demanded or expected. The only fiber art not able to be duplicated by a machine is crochet. Mm-hmm. No means no.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think I don't think she's the asshole. I just think the requirement of the knitting, crocheting a square is very strange to me.
Yeah, I don't know. But then there's another person that says, like, exactly what stopped you from just saying no again? Because this is beyond of your skill level, instead of trying to make this into a little lesson for your partner.
Yeah.
This is an insufferable way to deal with it. I'd be so annoyed at my husband if I asked him to say, build a bird box for me, and his response was like, only if you learn to do basic carpentry first. Right? Like, I get that she was trying to make a point, but trying to make a point by... Like
professor, she's trying to give him homework.
She's trying to, like, kindergarten her husband.
Again, this relationship's not going to work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I need to know if they're still together, or if, like, the reason I'm saying this is because, like, every little detail in the situation tells me they are not on the same page for so many things. How in God's world are you going to have a happy marriage for 25 years or more if you, like, no.
Another person says, you're the asshole because I think you're telling him conditions that are more about your feelings and exercising your power than about anything that is reasonable. And it's a strange thing to say in a serious marriage.
All you would have to do is say no. She's right. Like,
and then if they ask again, you can say, like, I already said no.
Yeah. Move on. And then that tells you that they're the toxic one if they keep insisting. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think they're both idiots in this situation. I'm not going to lie.
I think they're both wrong.
Yeah.
First of all, the husband is wrong for asking.
Yeah.
Hearing no, and then asking again.
I don't think he's wrong for asking in the first place, because he may not realize that it's a faux pas.
Sure.
So asking the first part should be okay. I would 100% jump on it just because I like cats. But however, if she says no, then you respect that no. If you ask again, then you're the fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But for her to handle this like a kindergarten teacher, I can't.
Okay. There is no verdict, but I'm going to say she's an asshole.
I'm going to say they're both assholes.
I'm going to say
except
they're
the cat.
Both assholes.
The only person not the asshole in the situation is the cat.
The only surviving character in this trope is the cat.
And the potential sweater that did not...
The cat is the victim.
Yes, because I don't think he wants the sweater. My man, like, I just want you to know that most cats, unless they're, like, hairless cats, don't give a shit about clothing. So... no, don't put a sweater on the cat.
Just put a sweater on the cat. They're not gonna like it. Okay, I have one final one, and I think we only have 5 minutes left.
Yes,
we've been yapping for 2 hours, but this has been really fun.
We need to do more of these.
I really like doing this.
This should be a reoccurring section.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, here's one last one, and it says, am I the asshole for telling my friend I didn't want her sweater anymore after watching her spit on it?
Ew, what?
Let's hold on. I think this is hilarious. My friend Sarah is a really good knitter who makes a lot of cool stuff. A while ago, I saw a sweater I liked and I asked if she could make it for me. And she agreed. So for the last 2 months, she's been working on this sweater, which is the part that makes me feel like kind of an asshole because she did put a lot of work into it. But here's the thing. Recently, I went to her place to hang out, and she worked on my sweater while we chatted. And when she got to the end of her ball of yarn, she just put the yarn in her mouth and rubbed it together.
Because she's doing
She was doing a split splice.
A split splice.
Anyway, I'm pretty squeamish about germs, and I don't share drinks. Our friend group has roasted me for it sometimes, so I feel like she should know this after all this time being friends. To be frank, she did apologize and promise not to do it for the rest of the sweater, but when I said I didn't feel comfortable wearing the sweater anymore, given that she's already spat on it an unknown number of times, she got mad and said she was going to wash it so it didn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter if she washes it or not. The thought of wearing it after she's put her saliva on it just makes me very uncomfortable.
Oh my god, get over yourself.
Well,
What?
she has said that she doesn't even like to share drinks and she's very squeamish about it.
Yeah, that's extreme. Like you can wash a sweater, you know that, right?
Then she asked me what she was supposed to do with the sweater if I didn't want it, and I said she could do whatever she liked, but I didn't want it anymore knowing what's happened to it. It sucks that she wasted the effort, but I didn't know she was going to spit on it, and I would have asked her not to if I knew. Really, she should have known not to do that if she knew me at all. Now things are kind of frosty between us. Am I really the asshole?
Yes.
But if you're a germaphobe...
I don't care. I can't, like, that one really gets to me, because this is 2 months down the drain. So, like, this person better never have kids, never have, like, I'm sorry.
Better never have a cat or
never
a dog.
have pets, never, like, what are you going to do with your, and I get that germaphobes exist. I get that, and I understand. And, like, I'm sorry, how much of a friendship is this if your friend did not know that? That's kind of a weird thing for me. Like, if I was the friend, I don't know if this would necessarily be like, friendship ending, but I would never, ever make anything for you ever again, for sure, because I just wasted 2 months of my life, because if it was made to your measurements, she can't just donate it to somebody else.
I also want to say, in order for you to be able to spit splice your ends together, that means you're using 100% wool.
Which is expensive!
This person has been knitting for 2 months a sweater's worth quantity of 100% wool.
Well, this is like
that's
hundreds of dollars.
Probably $200 minimum.
Like, that's hundreds of dollars plus the time spent plus, like, yeah, no, I don't care how germaphobe you are. Like, you're gonna fucking wear that sweater, bitch. Like, I'm sorry. I know this is, like, extreme, but, like, I can't do that. Mostly because I'm not a germaphobe, so I don't get it, for sure. Like, I just, that really angers me. Like, you can just wash it. It's a thing. Like, if because the way it's phrased, I thought she'd literally, like, like, spit on it for, like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But this is a technique to make sure that you join the two threads together and they don't, like...
They felt together.
It's actually very, very strong. You wash the sweater afterwards. Like, what? Are you telling me, lady, that you have never dropped anything on your sweater? Or that if you did, you just throw it away? That you've
maybe
never...
Maybe she does. We don't know.
I don't know. If that's the case, I'm sorry. You live a very sad life. I don't want to, like, I know I'm judging. 100% I'm judging. But I can't.
So judging right now.
I can't. Like, this is so much work wasted down the drain.
Yeah.
For this, like, no.
I can't believe that, as a knitter, I love the spit
I don't do it, but I don't care if somebody, like, I wouldn't mind if somebody did it to make...
My problem is that this person's feels like the person who wrote this post is really hurt that their friend who's making the sweater...
is hurt.
She's hurt because their friend that's making the sweater didn't anticipate that she wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah. Right?
So, like, let's say that our whole friendship, you and I have gone out eating, and I've told you multiple times I'm really squeamish. I don't even give you a taste of my drink when I have it. I don't let you touch my plate. Like, if I get something on my shirt, I immediately go home. You know that I'm squeamish.
Yes.
And I think that this person is hurt because her friend, knowing her, still does that without regard for her feelings.
The thing is, it may very well be a case of just, this is what she's used to doing and she didn't think about it. You know what I mean? Like, if this is her technique of choice... Yeah. She may not have thought, like, oh shit, my friend may not. But again, we don't know.
Well, that's another thing, right? If you're asking an artisan to make something for you, you kind of don't really get a say on how they make the thing.
And not only that, I hope you understand that if it's a homemade thing, if these people have children, pets, there's going to be stuff on it.
There's going to be germs.
Cat hair, dog hair, bird feathers, my hair.
I'll be touching every inch of this yarn as I'm making it.
My oil is gonna get on
I'll
it.
touch it.
Like it's like
I'm
even
gonna
if I
scratch
don't.
my nose,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna keep on going.
It's like, again, we are washing the damn thing afterwards.
And very well, I would say.
Yes, and with really nice scented, for me anyway.
Exactly.
I use the scented silk ones.
Yeah,
like,
me
really,
too. I
so
use
like
the
so
lemon one.
I'm like, I would have been okay if she had said like, ew, until the friend had said like, oh, but I'm gonna wash it. But the fact that she's still not willing to wear it afterwards, just the thought of spit on it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. Get over yourself, like 100%. Like,
yeah,
and I get a lot of people are gonna be like, maybe you're not the asshole, but in this case, I have to stay true to what I believe.
Yeah, to be fair, the verdict here is that the poster is an asshole.
Okay.
Like they shouldn't have done that. They like they asked for a really big thing.
Because
then after 2 months of her working on it, they said, I don't want it anymore.
Because it's also, she's the one who asked for it, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Not only, because if you asked for this and you know who you are, and I mean that wholeheartedly because of me if you ask me to make a sweater and you have
whatever condition,
you hate the color blue, okay? And for some reason, I just happen to have blue in my stash, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to use blue. If you don't remind me, may have been friends for 20 years. I will forget because I'm a forgetful bitch.
Yeah.
So if you're asking me to make
Forgetful
you
bitches.
a gift, yes. So much so that my partner has to remind me multiple times a day to do stuff.
Yeah.
So like if that's the case, and you say you're good friends with me, which means I'm a forgetful bitch.
Yeah.
Then for the love of God, give me your
Remind
requirements. Tell me, hey, I want this sweater to be done this way. I don't
Yeah.
want this yarn. I'm allergic to this. I don't like that, whatever. And then we'll make it work. The fact that you just went, make me the sweater, and then like moved on with your life means that like you had too many expectations from that friend. And that's what they are, expectations. But expectations don't meet reality in this case. Like, all you had to do was say...
That's such a good point.
All you had to do was say, these are my requirements. You do know I'm squeamish, so, like... And again, I get that, like
please do your best.
The spit method is not necessarily known by a lot of people or used by everybody.
I gotta say, it's a little bit gross, because you're putting stuff in your mouth, and then you're rubbing it together and continuing to knit with it.
But and she may not have known that, and that's fair, but... If you know you're squeamish about germs...
the enzymes of your saliva are the perfect thing to felt the yarn together.
Like,
that's just known.
It's, I don't know. I feel like, again, like, I hope you never have kids, never have pets, because you're gonna, like, those germs are everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's yeah.
As a very sensitive person, I have to say, I'm a little hurt. I would also be hurt for not being seen as the germaphobe that I am. I'm not a germaphobe, by the way, but like, I know how it feels to have to confront the fact that people you thought knew you really well don't actually know you.
And the thing is, sometimes it's our own fault.
It is.
Because I realize sometimes, like, it's just like, hey, I haven't talked about this part of me or this thing, so like maybe nobody knows that this has happened. Yeah. Right? So,
but like, I have had to come to terms to that, and like, I've worked through it on my own, like, as in like, okay, it's unreasonable of me to expect that you will read my mind and bring and give me or do for me what I think you should be doing because you're supposed to know me better.
Yeah.
That's really not a reasonable expectation to have.
Because that's the thing. We humans, we have this thing where we always have these expectations. And then when those expectations aren't met, we get angry.
Yeah.
And I'm very, like, I have that problem a lot.
I have that too.
I have to really, like, remind myself, hey, this is my expectation. This is not this other person's problem. This is my problem to deal with.
Yeah.
So,
and
like,
that is so hard to do.
And in this case, all the person had to say was, hey, I want a sweater. I think in an ideal world, it would have been, I want a sweater. And then the other person would have been like, okay, what do you want? What you don't want? What kind of yarn? Like, I don't know what she asked. Yeah. Like, did she ask what kind of yarn do you want? Did the person say,
we don't know the details.
You know, like, you have carte blanche, do whatever you want. But
I also think
if this is such a big problem for me, if germs are such a big problem for me, I would make it my life's choice to make sure that
everybody
my life's mission that, like, whenever I ask for a gift, I'm gonna remind you,
Or
I'm
don't
a
ask for
germaphobe.
gifts.
Germaphobe. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, especially handmade. Handmade means these are gonna touch it.
Yeah.
They've been everywhere.
I've got germs. I've got cooties all over me.
So, like, I find it very...
It's really hard. Like, and I don't fault anyone for being squeamish. Like, you're allowed to
do a little bit. I shouldn't, but I... I shouldn't.
We know.
I shouldn't.
I think you're allowed to be as sensitive
Yes.
as you are. Like, there's nothing wrong in it. What's wrong is, like, the way that she handled it was, like, cut everything.
Yeah, which is like, you just told this person who's done this and who spent a lot of money doing this, and I'm assuming you're not paying for this, which means she's wasted $200 and whatever, $300, $400,
and almost an equal amount of
hours doing this, and then you make it sound like it's nothing, like it's a joke, that it's fine, that she just like, it's okay if you can just keep it or give it to somebody else.
Yeah,
that's $400 down the drain.
What I would have done if I were this sensitive is I would have noticed and I would have said, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be able to get over this. Let me reimburse you for the yarn. You don't have to finish it if you don't want to. Again, I'm really sorry. I know in my heart that I'm personally not going to be able to look over this.
Yeah.
So I won't be able to have it in my house.
If you had offered to like reimburse, then I would have been a little different. But the fact that you just like cut the thing and like that to me is like, then you don't put a lot of it, like you don't really care about the effort that was put in place.
And I mean, I think that's what it is, right? Because like, sure, you're hurt that your friend didn't see you for the germaphobe that you are, but you're also not seeing her for the artisan that she is. She's using traditional methods.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that have been done for millennia. Just the fact that you didn't know that, and that like you've seen her knit before. Yeah. Right? I'm assuming, yeah. Like this shouldn't be new to you. So just like if you're going to say like I expect my germ squeamishness to not be new to her, you should also be expected to know that this is what she does when she's knitting.
I feel like there seems to be a disconnect between the two in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be like you're expecting a lot from your friend, but you're not allowing your friend to expect the same from you. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because like if you ask me to do something and we've been friends for years and you've seen me knitting, you've seen me splice before. Yeah. Right? Yeah, exactly. It's very unlikely that you're seeing it for the first time if like you said, we've been friends for so long.
Yeah, so yeah. That was a very fun exercise. Yeah. I want us to do this again.
And at the end, they did say that this person is the asshole. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like it's yeah.
That was really fun to do. Thanks for accompanying me on that asshole lane. It was, I had fun. Thank you so much to you all for coming to chat with us. Sometimes we are 3 pearls. Today we are only 2 pearls, and that's all right. Next week, I believe we don't have something scheduled, but I'm trying to start more like slow TV streams where I'm not talking or in frame either. I'm just like doing something with my hands. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, come in. I might do that at like lunchtime during the week. And then we'll see you again 2 weeks from now for another Purl's perspective. Now, hopefully, with a 3rd Purl. Again, my name's Anahí.
I'm Carine.
And we will see you again very soon. Bye. Bye.